Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Hope you've had a fantastic break, guys, and enjoyed the festive season with the people close to you. We are now back, though, with Uno X in 2022 for the first time, and I can already see we now have a fourth rider at 76 overall. Skelmoser has some big growth, now 77 mountain on the young man. And now honing in on the mountain attributes, Skelmoser is now alongside Tobias in that department, and when you look at their other attributes, I would probably say that Skelmoser is the slightly better GC rider overall right now than Tobias, Holland, Johannesson, and of course Skelmoser is down to lead us at the Tour of France this season, whereas Tobias is heading to the Giro as our leader. Some of you guys have said I should also take Tobias to the Tour de France, but to be honest, when you also consider Skelmoser's performance at Paris-Nice, I definitely want to give him the chance to be our sole leader at the Tour this season. But briefly looking to today's calendar and the races we have coming up, we are in Belgium for the Cobbled Classics. We have Bruges-De Panne, E3, Gent-Wevelgem, Dwars, Vlaanderen, before we finish today with a monument in the Ronde van Vlaanderen. I cannot wait for this set of races. Always a super exciting part of the season. However, for us, we have some bad news before getting into today's races. Eric Ressel is down with a sprained wrist, and if we quickly cut to the planner screen, he was a big part of our Cobbled Classics team. You can see he was set to ride the Ronde, Paris-Roubaix, pretty much all of these Belgian races, so we are going to have to draft in a replacement. And I've drafted in a man who probably should have been riding these races anyway, Anders Skarset, our road captain. You're in the team. And with that out the way, we are heading to the Oxyclean Bruges-De Panne. Wout van Aert is here as the main favourite. Peter Sagan here too. For us though, I have Alex Kristoff, who surely will be leading us, but Søren Rømsgaard as well. He can sprint pretty capably, so let's get into it and see how our riders are feeling. And at this stage in the career, it almost goes without saying, but our breakaway king, Jonas Widerberg, is up the road in a pretty small six-man group. But oh my word, Jonas has crashed, he's a minute behind, and I don't think he's going to be able to get back to this group even. Anyway, let's be real, none of that is going to matter because this one was always destined to conclude in a massive sprint. We have 7k to go, and I've gone for my usual tactic when I have two sprinters. Rømsgaard is following Peter Sagan as closely as possible, whereas Alex Kristoff, he's going to have a traditional lead-out train, now less than 5k to go. And to be honest, Demar has a really good position, so Rømsgaard, try and move to Arnold Demar's wheel instead. You can follow him, and let's see who is going to win out of the Groupama and the Uno X lead-out. We have both bases covered. To be honest, they're beating us so far. Only 2k to go. We need to launch very early. Rømsgaard, you can launch too early into that final kilometre. There is Wout van Aert. Do we have anything to respond to that? I don't think we do today. Wout van Aert destroys everyone, and for us, we are going to finish 6th and 9th with Rømsgaard and Kristoff. Disappointing. If you're like me, you've probably been watching a little bit of cyclocross lately, and Wout van Aert, he's unstoppable there. He's absolutely unbeatable in this career mode, that is for sure. But surprised to see, for me, the rider who was on the AI lead-out train doing better than our own lead-out. That rarely happens for me. Anyway, a disappointing result nonetheless. Anyway, we get the chance to make up for that at the E3 Saxo Bank Classic. Always a really fun race. Wout van Aert and Van der Poel. Of course, they are the two favourites. Can we make any impression on the top 10? And in the words of Sean Kelly, my god man, because Jonas Widerberg has gone from our breakaway candidate to being potentially our leader here at E3. He has 77 cobble on the day. I'll try and get Anders Skarset up the road in some kind of breakaway, but our two leaders, Hulgaard and Kristoff, with the highest kind of natural cobble rating, are both on bad days. And it's been a fiery start to the race. Look at our riders' energy. It's been Quickstep and Julian Alaphilippe for some reason tempoing on the front, trying to bring in a larger breakaway. Now we only have Vliegen, Basso and Skarset up the roads. Okay, so 76k to go seems to be the point this race kicks into gear, because Claes, Ruch and Marco Haller have attacked from the peloton. Now the tempo is on. We need to keep up. Skarset, remember, still up the roads. And those guys have joined up at the front of the race, and the race is splitting up massively now. Dylan van Baarle looking to attack. Is this group going away? Let's keep up. Really don't want them getting a gap on us. I'm comfortable with Scarset up the road. If any other attacks go off, I definitely want to really follow. Alright, I was thinking about trying to follow with Jonas Videberg. Don't think that's going to be possible. We literally have 23 riders in this group. This race is all over the place now. And look at the gap. If you've missed this move, I'm sure you're out of the race. And to be honest, we should probably tempo right now. Yep, so this group now featuring Sagan, Van Baarle, and the dangerous Florian Seneschal is going to be, I think, reeled in by the group behind. I am now tempoing with a couple riders here. Huldegaard already done today. Scarset, I think he can probably tempo as well. Let's make this difficult and really try and work for our leaders. And certainly some good riders caught behind Alberto Bettiol. I know Yves Lampard is somewhere in this group. Ethan Hayter behind as well. Michael Matthews is somewhere here too. So it's definitely worth tempoing for me on the front here. Now on the Oude Kwaremont, and now the attacks go as well. Pidcock up the road with Van der Poel, unable to follow for the moment. Maybe I should go with Jonas Videberg. Christoph tries to get to the front as well. You can see Wout van Aert really caught behind here too. Let's try and press forward. Maybe Magnus Cort will have to be our leader because Christoph is behind, and I'm going to make Wout van Aert do that work. I'm not going to pull Wout van Aert back in today. So Christoph Laporte is going to help pull Wout van Aert back in. As to be honest, Alex Christoph looks completely cooked today. We just need to try and get someone to the front of this race. But Pidcock and Van der Poel, even Casper Askren look different class, it must be said. But pushing it over the top right there, I have managed to create some separation. So I have Magnus Cort and Videberg with Jasper Stuyven ploughing towards the head of the race. Pidcock and Van der Poel, I'm not sure they're catchable, to be honest with you, but look at this, guys. Everyone is all over the shop here. And if we can continue riding while Leknessund is on the front with Wout van Aert and Sagan behind, that would be perfect. We're opening up this gap. It's 30 seconds back to Wout. Well, at this point, Jonas Videberg is doing his best. Gianni Moscon is doing his best. Van der Poel and Pidcock are putting on a show. And Tom Pidcock has dropped Matthew Van der Poel with 16k still to go. We're all in now working for Magnus Cort Nielsen. Not sure we're going to have it though today. However, Florian Vermeersch is doing some work. He's the only Lotto rider left in this race, and Matthew is all but caught, and Pidcock only has 25 seconds. This could be heartbreak for the Brit here. Now Florian Seneschal pulling for Casper Askren. Pidcock, I almost don't want to relay. Like, tactically, I should relay, but with Pidcock up the road, this will be a brutal loss for him. I think it's over for Pidcock. And so, 4.5k to go. It's now time to start thinking about leading out Magnus Cort Nielsen and Pidcock. I'm so sorry, my friend, but 3k to go. You are going to be caught here. 16 riders somehow able to get organised. There it's Pidcock. He's caught. Videberg up to 99. Magnus Cort Nielsen in the prime position. Where is Wout? He is nowhere for the moment. Let's go. Magnus Cort Nielsen going for the E3 Classic. Wout van Aert, where is he? Is he coming through? Peter Sagan coming through as well. But Magnus Cort is holding on. And Magnus Cort Nielsen wins E3. Let's go. What a race. I don't know how we've won it, but we have. Yeah, that was mad. I feel so sorry for Van der Poel. So sorry for Tom Pidcock. He deserved to win that race. In the end, it's nothing more than 17th. That is so unlucky. And the classics are coming thick and fast right now with Gent-Wevelgem. Wout van Aert is surely the big favourite for this one. Suits him perfectly. Can maybe Alex Christoph or even Magnus Cort pull off a little surprise. But it looks like we're showing off our squad depth because Christoph gets the +3 today. He is definitely our out and out leader with the sprinting and cobble stats on the man. So Anders Gasser up in the breakaway yet again alongside Pidcock, but this time it's Joe Pidcock up the road, the brother of Tom Pidcock, as part of the 6-man group. So the breakaway land on the Kemmelberg. Phil Gilbert, I think maybe a 60-year-old Phil Gilbert leading us up the Kemmelberg. The peloton are not far behind either, and we need to make sure we're staying right to the front of this race. And Werenskjold, maybe the unluckiest human, he literally punctured and then fell within about 500 meters. Everyone else is over safely. The breakaway group then coming apart. Gilbert is gone. Pidcock holding on surprisingly as I think we're entering the foot of the Kemmelberg yet again, and Scarset is going to be the last man standing in that group. He has a minute left on the chasing peloton. I mean, 43k to go. It's a lead, but it's not really a sizable lead when you have Tiege Benutes and Quickstep chasing you down, is it? And right now, it's looking like this year's Gent-Wevelgem will be a mass sprint. As expected, really, we have attacks going off the front. I can't really see any of them coming off, to be honest, with still 50 riders ready to chase in this group. And one by one, as we approach Wevelgem, we have riders dropping out the back of the group. Now 46, and I'm afraid to say, I'm probably going to take the slightly more boring approach and go for the lead out for Alex Kristoff. It's just our best option here. However, Yves Lampaert trying to spoil the party here. 6k to go. Does Magnus Cort have it in the legs to bring him in? You know what? He doesn't. So Marcus Hulgaard now coming to the front. Anthony Turgi launches an attack. He looks very tired. Fabio Felina looks very tired as well. We have Fernando Gaviria still here. He's surfing at the wheels. No one choosing to take our wheel bar Fernando Gaviria for now. We're inside the final 3k, 2.5k to go, up to 99. Hulgaard ready to sprint into Wevelgem. Here comes Kristoff under the Flamme Rouge. Have I gone too early? Potentially. Let's go for the line though. Here comes Kristoff versus our arch nemesis, Wout van Aert. And on this occasion, we defeat him. Gianni Vermeersch is second, but Alex Kristoff wins Gent-Wevelgem. He's been our arch nemesis for so long in this series, but finally getting the chance to beat him in a couple races in a row. It feels pretty good. On to Dwars then, really the ramp up for the Tour of Flanders. Of course, we actually as well have a sponsor objective here. Haven't really been paying too much attention to them as of late, but apparently we are required to get a top 5, but Wout van Aert again will try to stand in our way. Back to normality then with Jonas Vingegaard up the road in the breakaway. Kristoff, I think, is our leader again today though, on that +1 day. Honestly, this race feels so short compared to Gent-Wevelgem. I think it's almost 80 kilometers shorter. Anyway, just 90 seconds up to that early breakaway. We can probably increase the rhythm a little bit because it is getting towards crunch time. There aren't too many major difficulties on this course. Okay, but not ideally. Alex Kristoff has been dropped over the top of one of those difficulties. We do have Magnus Cort still at the front, but I definitely want to compete at the end with Kristoff here. Okay then, Kristoff just about back into the main group. Jonas Vingegaard has been caught in second, and Jonas Rickards are on the attack actually. I think we have the numbers, and hopefully Kristoff can recover a little bit. So we have just over 10k to go. It's down to 36 riders at the front of Dwars-De Vlaanderen. Mick van Dijk, or Tim van Dijk, just trying to cling onto the back. So yeah, it's between the guys at the front right now. Hopefully no more attacks. Oh my word, but obviously I was dreaming a little because Quinn Simmons is on the attack and Magnus Cort is absolutely nowhere. Magnus Cort, what are you doing so far out of position? And he cannot get back to the wheel of Marcus Hulgaard. It's so crucial he gets there ASAP. Come on. Oh my word. We're being followed instead by Dylan van Baarle. But we need to launch now to the front because the race is getting away from us up the road. Kristoff, where are you, my friend? Just go for the line. 1.5k to go. I'm pretty sure it's not going to be for us. But Hulgaard makes the turn. Tim Malia coming at the line. No idea who's going to take it. It is, of course, going to be Tim Malia, and a lack of positioning massively cost us here with Hulgaard though in the top 5. It's not quite the victory again. A bit of a messy finish, but at least we beat Wout van Aert, right? Alright then guys, no more messing around. We have arrived for the big one. It's the Ronde van Vlaanderen. Mathieu van der Poel, Wout van Aert are the two joint favourites, I would suggest, but former winner Kasper Asgreen will have something to say about that. For us, we have our same classics team. Let's get it. Away we go then. The Ronde is underway. I do want to probably try and pack the breakaway with a couple riders. Let's try and get Søren Wemsgaard and Jonas Vingegaard in today's breakaway. That should be the job done and dusted, I hope. But Alex Kristoff on a massive +4 day. This is why we brought this man in for days just like this. I think then that's job done in terms of the breakaway. Remco Evenepoel currently on the front of the peloton here at the Ronde. Funny decision to see him here at the Ronde as a domestique, but David Dekker, Luke Durbridge, Magnus Sheffield and Stefan Biska make up a pretty strong breakaway, and we did manage to keep Wermsgold and Videberg in that break. That's crucial. These are two very important satellite riders for us who will drop back to our leaders later on. Now then, we start to see the race open up a little more. We have had another group of riders attack towards that breakaway. I may try and follow here with Magnus Cort Nielsen. Let's try and ride off the front and try and catch these guys. Michael Matthews, Jonas Ruch, a very strong group trying to join the 6 riders who are already up the road. Let's try and maybe get Magnus Cort here as well. More attacks still coming. So then another update, 120k still to go. We are yet to reach the main difficulties today, but now a few more attacks. Tim Wellens and John Degenkolb among them. 14 riders now together at the front. You can see Magnus Cort has absolutely had it in terms of energy, but a very, very capable group. You may remember an earlier episode on the channel, I think it was the Pro Cyclist, where the breakaway just grew and grew. Wout van Aert, Van der Poel, they were caught behind, I think it was at Omloop Het Nieuwsblad, and they just went away and won the race. We may have a similar situation developing here with so many riders up the roads. We're now on the Kreuzberg then, as Askren Go is on the road, but it's Magnus Cort, his countryman, who's going to the front of the race now. Here's a domestique for us today with that race day. Videberg looking so strong on this +4 day. Crucially for the race, it seems that Corendon and Jumbo-Visma are not going to allow these 9 riders free to join the already 14 riders at the front. We are now entering the Oude Kwaremont for the first time. And it's absolutely all happening now at the top of the Paterberg, because Mathieu van der Poel has fallen. He is down. He gets back on his bike, but look how much ground he now has to make up. Houdegaard and Johansson, they've been caught out. We only have Christoph and Cort now in the main bunch with Wout van Aert. This is the main bunch, I'm calling it. 12 riders. It's basically Jumbo and Quickstep working for their leaders. We're still at the front of the race, and now that group of 9 riders has joined. We have 22 at the front. So I'm going to attempt to update you guys on what I think is going on, because everything is going on that could have happened so far at the Ronde van Vlaanderen. 21 riders still at the front in the breakaway. Jonas Videberg looking very strong there. We then have about a minute's gap, almost closed now by Remco, still here for Quickstep. We have Christoph and Houdegaard in this main group of 40 riders, but there is 1 minute and 15 seconds to the group of Mathieu van der Poel, and I'm not sure Mathieu van der Poel is getting back in today. So 58k to go. What an epic race this is. Epic ride as well by Remco. He's been on the front all day long. We're seeing splits now start to form, and still Van der Poel trying to get back in. Ethan Hayter is in this group, and Zolo as well. It's Michael Gurgle doing the work for Van der Poel as things stand. Videberg is at the front, but I'm afraid he no longer has Søren Wermsgold to help him out. We'll try and hold on to this group, but I think he's going to drop back to the peloton shortly. And this is the moment. This is the moment Mathieu van der Poel is giving his all to get back in. Sorry to concentrate so much on him, but it's so crucial to see what's going on for the race. And he is back in the main bunch, but surely he is absolutely knackered right now. And so at this point, I think the race is really tilting back towards the main leaders and the peloton, still with Wout van Aert with plenty of domestiques. Lawrence Rex is here for him, very talented rider. Pascal Enkhorn, even though he is tired. So I'm not really pulling with Jonas Videberg anymore. He is surely going to be working for Christoph later on. Okay, Dylan van Baarle has just attacked from the peloton to this group. I can't see any domestiques for him. I'm pretty sure no one is going to work with him. Dylan Toons has attacked solo. Moscon now attacking, and I think that group are now being caught, and surely we need to follow because Van der Poel has gone. Plenty of strong riders have gone here. Okay, then here we go. The gaps between the two groups has now been closed. We now have 33 riders, including Van Aert, including Van der Poel, Mads Pedersen deciding to attack, but Stan de Wolf, Dylan Toons and Dylan van Baarle are the only riders left ahead of the race. Let's try and conserve for Christoph now. All that remains then is the Kapelmer and the Bosberg, I believe. Let's go up to 99 and try and follow here. Jonas Videberg trying to lead Christoph up the Kapelmoor, but I'm afraid he's going to have to go alone over the top here. Oh my word, Videberg doesn't quite have it, does he? Should I have gone with Christoph there, but I think we're going to try and stay on our teammate's wheel ahead of the Bosberg. Let's try and follow Jonas Videberg. Pidcock now behind Van Marker, Seneschal, Stuyven, Gianni Moscon, Casper Askren, and of course Wout van Aert are ahead of the race. Van der Poel now nowhere to be seen. He has been dropped. He is out of the Ronde this year. We have some making ups to do here. So does Tom Pidcock. So Jonas Widerberg leads Christoph onto the Bosberg, the final chance for an attack, and here comes Christoph trying to bridge to the front of the race. Out the way, Moscon, get out of the way because we are joining the guys at the very front. There you go, 7 riders are here and Alex Christoph is among them. So is Wout van Aert, so is Askren, Van Marker, Stuyven, Colbrelli and Tom Pidcock. And so at this point, surely we have to pull a little bit with Christoph. Let's just go to 60. I want to prevent attacks, but Wout van Aert is surely our biggest rival in this group. Now Casper Askren onto the attack. Let's follow Wout. All right, Tom Pidcock goes with 4k left in the Ronde van Vlaanderen. We need to recover some energy. I'm going to force Wout van Aert to do the work because I literally cannot do anything with Alex Christoph. Set Van Marker is here, but I want to stay on Wout's wheel if I can. Only 2.5k to go. Wout van Aert giving his all. Our energy is not looking great. Tom Pidcock under the Flamme Rouge, going for the line at the Ronde. So does Wout van Aert. We are done. We tried to come past. We just don't have it today. Wout van Aert has done too much work. He's not going to win, and Set Van Marker, of all people, wins an epic edition of the Ronde van Vlaanderen. We finish outside the top 5, but I don't care because that was an awesome race. What a race, guys. What a race, and what a way to end this episode. Hope you enjoyed that. Set Van Marker finally wins a monument. Christoph misses out this time, but just so delighted with the way we performed and the way that race unfolded. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it as well. And coming up in the next one, we do have the Zulia Basque Country Tour. Excited to get back into some stage racing. We also have Paris-Roubaix as well. I may throw in Brabantse Peel or Shelder Priest too, so let's look forward to that one coming up in the next episodes. Anyway, if you enjoyed today, smash that like button. As always, hit subscribe to the channel as well if you are new, and I will see you guys in the next one.